I've only gone and bought myself a Bedford CF van, haven't I? Well, for those that have watched some of the previous Bernie the 1275 GT episodes, you may have seen an episode where I was harking back to how much I would really like a Bedford CF van. I've always wanted one. The story is that my dad was in the construction industry and obviously would go and work. His work van was a Mark I Bedford CF van. And in the 70s, you were basically allowed to take your kids to work during the summer holidays. We'd go to work with my dad. We'd play on building sites, mucking about with bricks and diggers and things. But of course, we'd have lunch and everything else in this van. So I've got a massive connection to these things. And so I've always wanted one. And the story goes that we were going to a rally and we were sat in the back and we were talking about dream service vans. And everyone's saying, oh yeah, maybe I'd like a high top transit, blah, 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 and all this sort of thing. And I just went, I've always wanted a Bedford CF van. And the chap next to me, one of the service crew mechanics, went, oh, I've got one of those in my barn. I was like, really? He went, yeah, I've been thinking about selling it. I went, oh, I'll have it. And he went, yeah, but you haven't seen it yet. And I went, I don't care. I'll have it, please. And the more he explained it, the more I was like, yeah, no, this sounds like my dream van. So the story goes that this van was customised in the late 70s, almost from new. So it had, glitter paint job, fancy wheels on it, deep pile carpet, tassels off the ceiling, pinstripes on the suspension components and under the bonnet. And it did the custom car scene. It went around the country and it was basically a show van. And they go drag racing. So Santa Pod drag, I don't know what the time was. I'd love to know what time it used to do. They whacked a turbo on it. It's a suck through an SU carb. But at some point during its ownership, something went wrong with the engine. Don't know what it was. The head was taken off, turbo was taken off, the head was taken off, and that was it. It was just left. My mate bought it, stuck it in his barn, with the plan of it being a future project, and it never happened. And now, I've got it. There you go, it's been stuck there for I don't know how long. We're going to try and pull it out. It's got a flat tyre, and we tried to push it, but I think the brakes are bound on. Right, this needs documenting. I'm just having a bit of a rummage around in the drag racing boogie van. Do you know what, Randy, this light is just amazing. So yeah, there's my CB radio. And my Amstrad stereo up there, look. It's nice. Anyway, let's climb in the back. Step over the turbo with a suck through. Is it SU? And there's the engine, because the engine blew up, so there's bits. Oh yeah, look. Check out that for a home brewed manifold. Nice. I'll play with that another time. Anyway, I was rummaging in the cupboards, seeing what I could see. And this is just brilliant. Copy of the Sun. And this is November the 15th, 1985. Anyway, look. Who's this with? This is Rumbelows. Look. Check it out. A Walkman. Or it's not, is it? Who's it made by? Sanyo, 1999. And the old stacks, do you remember them? I used to have one of them in my bedroom. Will a channel be good for Britain? Obviously, they haven't made the Channel Tunnel yet. Talking about AIDS, that was always the thing, wasn't it? But this is what got me. Oh no, that's more stereos. Look, Dixon's have got a sale on VHS's, look. Greatest ever video deals. But they weren't cheap. I didn't realise they were so expensive. Look, 369 quid for that one. That Panasonic down there, look, Hitachi, 499 quid in 1985. I mean, that's expensive now. Poor. Boy George. Anyway. Look at those daddies. Oh dear. This thing truly is a time warp. Just thought I'd share it. What's my plan for the van? Well, initially, yes, I would love to have a classic looking Bedford CF service van for towing the rally cars. It's probably not ideal. I'll probably end up renting a decent modern van for going to events because reliability is everything. But this is MOT exempt, tax exempt, and it'll be a perfect team shop van, basically. So when we want to go and pick stuff up, move engines around, all that sort of stuff on the island, it'll be perfect for that sort of thing. And yes, I can still tow, some of the race cars around on the island in it. It'll be fine. But I do want to take it drag racing. I've never been drag racing before. The nearest I've ever got to it was the Brighton Speed Trials, which is same distance, quarter of a mile, but obviously it's one car at a time. And in the Mark 1 Mini, I've got my certificate on the wall. 16.3 seconds for the quarter mile at Brighton Speed Trials. Oh no, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it, to take the van there? I don't know if you're allowed to run vans at the Brighton Speed Trials. But anyway, it's a keeper. I'm not going to sell it. I don't know what I'm going to do with the paint job on it. I could just give it a whole new 70s paint job or whatever. Or I might even go, I don't know, really dull and boring, make it look like a sleeper or something. I don't know. Anyway, drag racing. That's the plan. I'm going to put the van back together, however it goes. I want to take it to Santapod, see what time I can do, have some fun with it, and then who knows?